Have you ever met a celebrity but acted like you didn't know them? I didn't just act like I didn't know him. I accidentally insulted him so bad he almost left the country. I was bartending at a hotel lounge in downtown Chicago. Nice place. Not fancy enough for paparazzi, but fancy enough that people who didn't want to be noticed came here on purpose. My manager told us during training that celebrities stay here sometimes, and if we ever recognize one, the policy is act normal and don't make a scene. I never had to worry about that policy because I didn't know celebrities. I didn't watch movies. I didn't follow sports. I didn't have social media. My girlfriend said I was culturally feral, and honestly, she wasn't wrong. It was a Wednesday night and the lounge was dead. Maybe 6 people total. A man walked in alone wearing a baseball cap pulled low and sunglasses indoors. He sat at the far end of the bar and ordered a whiskey neat. What kind? I asked. Surprise me. I poured him a Maker's Mark because it was closest to my hand. He took a sip and nodded. You're not going to ask? He said. Ask what? Nothing. He smiled a little. This is nice, actually. Weird. But I went back to wiping glasses. My coworker Jess came out of the kitchen and stopped so hard she almost dropped her tray. She grabbed my arm and pulled me to the service station. Do you know who that is? She whispered. No. That's... She said a name. I stared at her blankly. The actor. He was in... She listed 3 movies. I hadn't seen any of them. He was People's Sexiest Man Alive twice. Okay? Okay? He's one of the most famous people on the planet, and he's sitting at your bar, and you're serving him Maker's Mark. He said surprise me. Jess looked like she wanted to strangle me. She went to the back and I went back to the bar. The guy was watching a game on the TV above the shelf. I looked up at it. Who you got? I asked. Bulls. They're trash this year. He laughed. Like actually. Laughed. Not a polite chuckle. A real laugh. Yeah, they are. But I've been a fan since I was a kid, so I'm stuck. That's rough. I'm a Bears fan, so I understand pain. We talked for 20 minutes about Chicago sports. He told me about a game he went to where a guy spilled an entire beer on him and didn't even apologize. I told him about the time I got food poisoning from a Soldier Field hot dog and threw up in a stranger's purse. He almost fell off his stool laughing. Jess kept walking past the bar pretending to check on tables that didn't exist. She was taking photos from behind a pillar. I could see her phone flash. Then more people started showing up. A couple sat down at the bar, and the woman looked at the guy in the hat, and her face did something. She grabbed her husband's arm so hard he winced. They were staring. Not subtle staring. Full jaw open staring. The guy in the hat noticed and pulled his cap lower. I leaned over to the couple. You guys want to order, or you just here? For the ambiance? The woman looked at me. Do you know who's sitting next to you? A Bulls fan with bad taste in whiskey. The guy in the hat snorted into his drink. The woman looked at me like I had 3 heads. She whispered his name. I shrugged. He's an Academy Award winner. I looked at the guy. You won an Oscar? He tilted his head. 2, actually. Cool. You want another Makers? He stared at me for a second. Then he grinned wider than he had all night. Yeah, I do. The couple was losing their minds. The woman asked for a photo. He politely said no. She asked again. He said he was just trying to have a quiet night. She asked a 3rd time and I finally stepped in. He said no. Can I get you guys some drinks or do you want to keep harassing the man? The guy looked at me like I just handed him a gift. The couple ordered their drinks and stopped asking. An hour in and we're deep into a conversation about fishing. This man apparently loved fly fishing and I'd been going to the same spot in Wisconsin every summer since I was 12. He was asking me about lures and water temperature and we were arguing about whether trout or bass put up a better fight. Jess came up to the bar and interrupted us. She was shaking. Actually shaking. I am so sorry to bother you, but I just want to say I loved you and she named a movie. You were incredible and I cried for like an hour and thank you. That's really kind. He was polite, but his whole body shifted. The wall went up. He went from a guy at a bar to a celebrity being recognized and you could see the difference in real time. Jess walked away floating. He turned back to me. You really don't know who I am? Jess said you're an actor. That doesn't bother you, should it? Most people can't have a normal conversation with me. It's been like that for 15 years. That sounds terrible. It is. He ordered a 3rd drink, then a 4th. He showed me photos of a trout he caught in Montana and I told him it was small and he called me a liar and we argued about it for 10 minutes. Then his phone rang. He looked at the screen and sighed. My publicist. Apparently someone posted a photo of me here and now there's photographers outside. There's a back exit through the kitchen. Takes you out to the alley behind the building. He stood up and put cash on the bar. I looked at it. $500 for 4 whiskeys. That's way too much. It's not enough. He pulled out a business card and slid it across the bar. I'm serious about the fishing trip. Call that number. My assistant will set it up. I don't even know what movies you're in. That's exactly why I want to go fishing with you. He walked through the kitchen and out the back. Gone. Jess appeared from behind the pillar like a horror movie villain. Did he just invite you fishing? Yeah. Do you understand that millions of people would pay money to have the conversation you just had and you told him his trout was small? It was small. Jess didn't speak to me for 3 days. I called the number the following week. His assistant picked up and said he won't stop talking about the bartender who didn't know who he was. He's blocked out a weekend in June. We went fishing in Wisconsin. He wore the same baseball cap. No sunglasses this time. We sat in a 14-foot aluminum boat in the middle of a lake and didn't talk about movies once. He caught a 4-pound bass and held it up and looked at me. Don't you dare say it's small. My girlfriend finally made me watch one of his movies that night. I texted him afterward. You're actually pretty good. He wrote back one word. Finally.